people saying this could be Russell's time. Did race started, bro? No. Bro, the race has not started. Pre-race, so yeah, we're still in the pre-race. Hang on, just bear with me. I'm just doing my final thing here. Now I'm ready to go. Now I have everything. Good to see some familiar face in the chat. Who's making their debut this season? Who's making their debut this season? I think Gary Lee is making his debut this season. Luis Jimenez. Is Luis Jimenez making a debut? From Los Angeles, California. And MJ, are you a Ferrari fan? I mean, everyone's a Ferrari fan. I think that's the thing. I think everyone's a Ferrari fan. Why has my little thing moved here? Oh, because I changed the zoom. I've gone for a less zoom on the chat so I can see more. Which was maybe ambitious. And due to popular request, I added the subscriber thing back in. This is one of the best layouts we've ever had. This layout is just top quality layout. I really like this. Yeah, the race starts in about 30 minutes. By the way, if you're making your debut, it's your first time seeing the YouTube plaque. Get that rubbish out of the way. Get out of the way. And that water that's there from last week. Get out of the way. There's the YouTube plaque. Looking good. Papaya Platoon. Oh my goodness, they've militarized. How much does McLaren spend of its annual turnover on military spending? Welcome Yasu with the Papaya logo. Wispy first time here, but not to channel. So first time to the Watchalong. Phoenix says tyre management race. Yeah, I agree. I think that's where the Ferraris could be looking pretty good, because Ferrari obviously made a change to their setup, and that could be just to give them the longevity on tyre in the race, which could be super important. Someone like Hamilton, watch someone like Hamilton or Leclerc going long here. I think that's going to be the interesting strat. W play button, yes indeed. That's all thanks to you. That's literally because you hit the subscribe button. It's because of that that number down there. So it's very cool. Gonna see it appearing more in the background of videos. Thanks Susie for the £2. Chat, can we celebrate Susie K's first super on a live stream? Can we get our claps out, please? That's unbelievable. I'll do the chef's kiss. And a yes as well. Chat, please get your claps out. Let's celebrate the good luck and have fun donation. Which is incredible. YouTube's always encouraging me to set a target. You know what? I'm going to post in the Discord all of the messages YouTube send me. Look at the claps coming out now. We love it. It's always amazing when we see it all full of claps in the chat. Thank you so much. This is Oscar's. Yeah, Oscar is 1/16 Chinese, which I didn't know. But he is actually. Did anyone know that? Welcome, Otis Eldon. I can see it. I can see both chats. Because I'm a pro. Right, let me pin this here. Last magical mate, Lewis or Leclerc? Oh, well, I mean, Charles hasn't been. He struggled compared to Lewis, I think, this weekend. It's fair to say. I think it would be fair to say. Okay, let's run down the order then. So Piastri in first place, got to be the favourite, surely. It's his first ever pole position. Welcome Lord Tempest and Cherry Tube. Russell in P2 with that great lap. Piastri, by the way, said he was down on his last lap. He was going to pit, but he thought he'll just send it. He just YOLO'd it into the hairpin. And it worked. So, bit of a sim racing strategy there. Lando Norris in P3. Will McLaren pull some kind of rank already, which would be interesting? Who do you want to win? I want Max to win. Well, Verstappen in P4. Wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be great for the championship if Verstappen wins from P4? And that's not something we would have said at the beginning of last year. Remember, at the beginning of last year, Verstappen was like 20 seconds ahead. Then you got Hamilton and Leclerc. I think everyone would love to see a Ferrari up there. Then you got Hadjar, which is the best qualifying position for an RB in China, like ever, essentially. Welcome Soldat 001 from the Netherlands. Chai's holding my heart for the rookies. I hope this race will be much better. Well, there we go. Hadjar. And then Antonelli as well. Wouldn't it be great if Kimi Antonelli does some kind of mad strat? I just absolutely love Kimi's driving. Cherry Tube in the vertical saying wind might destroy the McLarens. Just one gust of wind and they're gone. Then Tsunoda and P9. I think everyone is a Tsunoda fan this season because it's so embarrassing for Red Bull every time Tsunoda does really well. Alex Albon in P10. He was super happy to get into P10. I think mainly because he's beaten Sainz. Esteban Ocon in P11, who did... no, has anyone spoken, chat, about how Esteban Ocon held up Oliver Bearman in qualifying so Bearman couldn't finish his lap and then Ocon knocked him out? Has anyone spoken about that? Isn't that just ridiculous? Tess, is this alive from 2023? God, I've been doing it so many years now, it might be. Look at that, chat. 109,600. How cool is that? Hulkenberg in P12. Dragging that Sauber up. This is great for Nico Hulkenberg's legacy. Then you got the Aston Martin, so I think I'm going to struggle here. Carlos Sainz in P15. Pierre Gasly, Bearman, Doohan, Bortoletto, Lawson. So we've got 4 of the rookies in the last 4 positions. No way you've seen Danny IRL. Yes, in Monaco. And I'm going to be back in Monaco next month. Or I'm going to be back in Monaco in May. So we'll be shooting lots of content. And if we want today, we can premiere after the race into an interview I had with Pascal Wehrlein, who I think could be an outside choice of going to Audi or being involved in the Audi setup. If we want to. KD25 says, guess who's supporting Ferrari? The Tifosi? I don't know. Tess hopes Lando wins. Okay, so let me know now. Who do you think is going to win? Who's your choice to win here? Based on the run through there. Let us know who you're thinking. Because all the cars are on the grids. It is the gridding up procedure. Cowboy Big Bop saying Piastri. NASCAR loves the Audi. Yeah, Audi spending the dollars on the marketing, I can see. Abiola AJ says Team Lewis. Gary Lee says Norris. Professor Lewis. Artipat Lando, Tess Norris. Transformer says Hammer Time. Chaya Piastri, Susie Hamilton, Professor Piastri. So pretty split between Piastri, Norris and Hamilton. Not a lot of love for George Russell here. Yeah, if Lawson does the last to first you have to delete my video on the Motorsport channel. Who's on the grid, by the way? It's grid walk time. Well, the teams are on the grid. Davina James, my wife made me some amazing celery soup. Is that one of those calorie neutral things? Anyone remember when Elon Musk was at the Formula One? Remember he was in the garage randomly? I don't think he could go on the grid now. KD wants to say Hamilton, but maybe someone from Papaya. Ozfrog, Ferrari best on tyres. Yeah, I think Ferrari are going to be looking good on tyres here. I hope, although I do rate Piastri, he's my favourite to win the season. I actually hope McLaren don't win here. I think it'll be great for the championship if anyone other than McLaren wins. So I'm in the anyone other than McLaren camp for this one. Welcome Jamil Yahanga Sheikh. By the way, if you're just joining us, please do hit the like button on the way in. In fact, let me pin a comment. Hit the like button on the way in. Let's go for 1,000 likes. Why not? Yeah, sad news with Eddie Jordan. There's a unicorn on the grid. I'm not joking. Do some thumbs up. There we go. Pin that one. It's not as early as we were in Melbourne. For me, this is quite nice this time of day because I can wake up early, setting the alarm for 5:55 a.m. Lando Norris's dad is there, billionaire, coincidental, obviously. Thanks, Abiolia. Ozfrog, will we see 3 stops given tyre deg? Well, so the McLarens were able to save tyres, right? Didn't Piastri save a set of soft tyres? But I don't see the softs are going to be that useful here. It'll be interesting who's got... I mean, no one's run... I don't think people have run the hard tyre because they've probably needed to keep them. I suspect. Yeah, Vlak has got a new link there. So I've created their website that now goes to the Discord. I think you need to put HTTPS or whatever in front of it. But if you want to join the Discord, over 4,000 people in Discord, that is I've created the website, simracingdiscord.com. It was available. So I nabbed it. James Games on the 5090. Does that mean you have a 5090? I'm more interested in that. Yeah, Eddie Jordan was unwell, unfortunately. He just started that podcast with David Coulthard, which is interesting because the F1 manager people sponsored them. So the F1 manager people threw a lot of cash that way. And then, unfortunately, not enough cash in the game. And it's a shame because I think that would have been a great podcast. And the thing about Eddie Jordan is that with Eddie Jordan gone, there's no longer anyone I trust in the media elite to keep F1 accountable. With Eddie Jordan now passed away, I feel everyone else is just in it for the cash and will say what they're told to say and will not question things that they should question. It's all a bit too much of a love-in. The same people who are meant to be scrutinising the sport are the same people who are marketing and paid for and promote the sport. For example, they do the car launches. So there's not a lot of actual journalism we're exposed to in Formula One. And Eddie Jordan was the only person I trusted to go up and ask the questions that I knew we wanted asking. And I try and take a little bit of that when I do my interviews in motorsport. For example, Formula E, I try and ask the questions that I feel you actually want asking. But yeah, there will never be another one like him because he's of the old school. He did things his way. And F1 is now just a massive money grab. And it's so much of a money grab that you can't question it. Welcome Royal Ashik, what a name. Love that. Behrman and Kimi just chilling at the front of the grid. Kimi just looks so naturally chilled. I get big Valentino Rossi vibes from him. Glass Magical 91 people watching non-company. That's because the vertical stream. Welcome everyone in vertical land. It's kicking off today on the vertical stream. Tess says, Vlad, I can't go into the live. Is Formula E coming to the US? Yes, the next race is in Miami. Next race in Miami. Not at Miami, the Dolphins one, but in Homestead. The proper circuit with the oval. Yeah, Formula E in Vegas would actually be really interesting. Now they've got the road surface there. Thing is, they wouldn't be able to use the Formula 1 pit lane because Formula 1 own their pit lane. So it'd be interesting how they do it. Top of the hour, yeah. Traditionally, top of the hour they're starting. But with all this, you know, softballing and the journalists are actually just promoters, and it makes it so delicious when something goes wrong. When something goes blatantly wrong, we are on this stream, we are the first people to call it out, like in the world. And that's why we get a unique experience here. 17 minutes to go. Sounds about right because the drivers are doing the anthems. Also, with the location of this Grand Prix, I suspect there's even more things that they can't say, potentially. Lawson in the pit lane. Is Liam Lawson... Anyone know if Liam Lawson is starting from the pit lane again? It would make sense. Trying to see from the helicopter. Gonna got game. Kira, I just want to say you're one of my favourite channels. Thanks for that. Oh, I appreciate it, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys make it possible. And the mods, obviously. Best mods in the game. Thank you so much, Gunnar. Feel free to share the... In fact, everyone, if it's a hardcore here, please go ahead and share the stream. There should be a share button. I saw Vlaka shared it yesterday. If you hit the share button, you can share it on YouTube, like with one click, basically. Or you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on all those platforms, so you can tag me if you want as well. But with about 15 minutes to go, I think it would be great to share the stream on this one. Welcome, Paddy Fox, aka the Swamp Donkey, in the vertical stream. Gerard, Sydney want a GP. I think we're going to move to a world where we have a Grand Prix every week. I've said I think it should be like that. I think there should be maybe a bit of a longer off season if they need it, and they should just be weekly. And all this stuff about, oh, it's difficult for the team because they got... No, just rotate personnel. Then don't make it difficult for them. Like, do more races, get more money in, give that money to the teams, allow the team to hire more people, rotate them. What do we think, chat? Controversial or sensible? Gary says, mod, great guy, now legend. What's happened there? What's happened there? Anonymous user, who thinks going to win? I think Piastri. But will we see the pressure get to Piastri? Potentially? Will we see the pressure? Chai says rotation isn't such a bad idea, so it's not one of my worst ideas ever. Max Verstappen got something in his left hand. He's doing some weird thumb exercise I've never seen like this. Is that, should I do that in karting? Is that a thumb exercise? Anyone seen Max Verstappen doing a weird thing like that? Nicola, okay then, my favourite driver is Heinz Harald Frentzen. He drove for Jordan and almost won the Drivers' Championship. Heinz Harald Frentzen was rated very highly. Paddy says no F1 on free-to-air here in Australia. That's from the vertical chat. Is that true, chat? Is there no free-to-air F1 in Australia? Rory, that'd be amazing, a race a week. I think then at least you know. You wouldn't be like, oh, is there F1 this weekend? You just know if F1's... It's like the football. Well, actually, the football have breaks for international. If you did F1, maybe you should have international... There should be international... Okay, this is my other thing. There should be international racing weeks where you take the best drivers from Rally, Formula 1, Formula E, WEC, etc. and they do international racing where it's like nation v nation. And so you'd have a weekend where like Piastri would be teaming up with Doohan or something, racing in some... The car itself isn't actually important. Man, George Russell looks absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anyone look so ridiculous. Do you think he knows how ridiculous he looks? Welcome, JJ. Good to see you. Nicola's using a VPN. Oh, Gary got the legend. Nice, nice, nice. Anthony, got to ask you played Wreckfest 2. Yes, we had early access. I made a video, released it before the game came out. So check the channel. It's still like the latest video, or second latest video, isn't it? And yeah, I'll be playing the next F1 game. We'll be getting on that. I don't think multidisciplinary racing in one race. I think an international season, where across the international season they drive in a variety of different machinery, and at the end of the season you crown the international champion, and you have to have it actually mean something. There's oil on George's box. Okay, maybe a slippery start. Surely in Formula 1 they can fix that. You would imagine. So you've got 300 people watching in the regular stream and 100 people watching in the vertical stream. That's awesome. This looks really well. Max Verstappen sort of chilling. No worries, Anthony. No worries. Hopefully your subscriber got the notification. Welcome Zero as well. Good to see some accountancy software in the chat. Okay, we're very, very, very close now. Let's do a nations check. Everyone, let us know where in the world you're watching from at this early hour. Let us know where you're watching from. As the teams are getting ready. ClickRock wins. Coming in first on my chat. Netherlands, China, Netherlands, Soldat, Netherlands. Oh my goodness, I think we might have a victor here. Jesper, Denmark. Zero, New York. Wards, Australia. Shane, Australia. Anthony, Arizona. James, American. Susie, UK. Rhonda, USA. Udo from Canada. David from his loft. Keep them coming in, chat. Let's have a big nation chat. Martin from Netherlands. Coital Dan from Colorado. Edo Winnow from Mauritius. Welcome, Craig. From Croatia. D6. Welcome from Indonesia. NASCAR USA. Luca from Canada. Vlad, Croatia. Rory, Cape Town. Johanna, India. Professor, they got boxes of Heineken in the stands. Are you in the stands? Do we have anyone watching this week? Gary Lee from a physical rehab facility in North Carolina, USA. Sweet Scarlet Road, Netherlands. Nicola, how do you feel about the Moser and Boost pedals? Pretty good. Although we're going to be maybe today going to the studio and putting them side by side with the Simucubes. So many videos to make. But so many videos can go badly. Need to make the videos that will do well. Sean Schofield from Australia. Mohammed from Palestine. Luis Jimenez from LA. Oh, LA 11:51. That's not bad. That's not bad. On a Saturday night. That's quite nice, actually. GE Racing from UK. Masha Bain, South Africa. Tess from Belgium. Vids from UK. Did I ever want to be an F1 driver? I don't think so. I mean, I guess not more than anyone wants to be an F1 driver. I think I wanted to race, but I don't need to be in F1. I think I just want to race more. The thing is, I could race today. There's a big championship race today that I'm not doing because it clashes with the stream, but I do want to race more, whether that's in sim racing or karting. Or maybe some car racing. I've been thinking more about doing car racing. V6 Switzerland. Sprunky from Indonesia. Gregory from South Africa. Swapney Lamsal from Nepal. Do you think it's possible for a 13-year-old to start his career now? Absolutely yes. If you're 13 years old and you want to become a racing driver, you can absolutely do it if you have the right attitude. And I think that attitude is just if I could go back and be 13 again, and if my target was to become a racing driver, I would try and get as much coaching as possible, and I would be so receptive to coaching. So first, I didn't have access to coaching, so I don't know how I would have responded to coaching. Although I didn't necessarily respond well to coaching in other sports, like as to be like elite. But if I was doing karting, I would just take everything the coaches on board without question, and just try and get as much access to faster drivers and follow faster drivers. Because I've seen it in my sim racing. I can tell you now what works. And what doesn't work is just going around in circles and wondering, oh, should I do this or not do this? Jared from Australia. Gary Lee fell at the house. Spent a week in hospital now. Rehab another 12 days. Hope to go home April 4th. Let's hope you can get home April 4th, Gary. Don't know if there's a race on that weekend. Harrison's from Swarak, Malaysia. Yeah, it's very cool, David, Newcastle. Lots of different lofts. Philau from Philippines, same time zone as Beijing. Jerome from Australia. Nicholas and Spy, my old Jag. Which Jag is that? Is that the V12? Is that the TJR? XJR? Hulkenberg practice start infringement already. And risk of rain is 10% apparently. XJRS, okay. I went down to a Jaguar modifier in the UK where they turn old XJs into new racing cars. I can't remember what they're called. It's all very high-end manufacturing. And they had in there, not the warehouse, that's a bit of a... It's more like a high-end workshop. They had there the V12 engine from the XJS or whatever the Jaguar's world fastest car was. They had the V12 there, and it was just massive. TWR, yeah, I went down to TWR. I actually shot some videos there. I've just never uploaded them because I didn't think the videos were going to do too well. This is the thing, I shoot loads of videos, and I end up not uploading them because I'm like, I don't want to upload a video that's not going to get 1,000 views. That doesn't look great. So I don't upload them. But now we have the Motorsport channel. So we're also live on the Motorsport channel, and there's 70 people watching there. There's a lot more content going on the Motorsport channel because I'm like, oh, that'll be good for the Motorsport channel. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The guy who runs it is very interesting. Thanks, Prabish. I love your race streams. Welcome, G, Harrison, and Realms as well. Professor says no chance of rain. Best helmet. Yeah, I do like Hamilton's yellow helmet. D6. My prediction for this race: a driver who's going at 287. Wow, strong prediction. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Welcome, Giga Mkchadovic in the house. Yeah, that's why if you do see them, please do make sure you like them. A case in point is a Taylor Barnard video. So I flew out to Sao Paulo. I interviewed Taylor Barnard, who's a genuine sim racer, who's now a McLaren racing driver and like the youngest ever podium winner, I think, in Formula E. Interviewed him and spent a lot of time editing the interview, and it comes out and it struggles to get 1,000 views. So you know, if those videos start doing well, I can do more of them, and I can go to more championships and say I'd love to come and speak with the drivers and whatnot. But ultimately, it all depends on them getting the views. Like that is the ultimate They're not. That's not about donations or anything. It's just purely about getting views. So, yeah. Gentry James loves India. No Indian Grand Prix at the moment. Right, running through the grid. So we've got the rookies at the back. And then Pierre Gasly down in P16. Carlos Sainz down in P15. Going to start sounding the warning signals for Carlos Sainz if he has another bad race here. Lance Stroll P14. Alonso P13. Nico Hulkenberg to P12. Esteban Ocon P11. Alex Albon P10. Tsunoda P9. And then another rookie row, Antonelli P8. I think watch out for Antonelli, Hadjar P7. But I wonder if Antonelli will get caught out by the tyre degradation here. And then Charles Leclerc P6, Lewis Hamilton P5. Max Verstappen P4, Lando Norris P3. We get the big guns now. And on the first row of the grid, it's seemingly on the inside, but in second place is George Russell in P2 and Oscar Piastri in P1. The hell is the China GP? It's a Grand Prix in China. Am I going to switch screens? No, we got our screens up here. It's like full grandstands in China. They'll always be full. 100 likes and 666 viewers. What a combination. I don't think we've ever had that combination before. We're very close now to the start of the race. Isaac Hadjar looking focused in P7. Wants to prove the doubters wrong. Rounds Perting. I think Lando might just pop off in the season because he's been improving. Yes. Is someone going to go generational? Welcome to the Great American Buffalo. What's the difference between the Great American Buffalo and the Great American Bison? That's the question to the chat. Anyone know? So we are almost underway. Chai reporting in. Lawson, Stroll and Behrman on the hard tyre. Rest on the medium. So interesting to see Stroll starting on the hard tyre here. Especially in a race where we know degradation is going to be so important. And the teams, the mechanics make their way off the grid, and we are going to be going on the formation lap imminently. Formation lap is imminent. As the Rolex strikes 3 o'clock local time, same time as qualifying here, and the cars make their way off the grid. There we go. Thanks for walking Anakins. Good to see you, and Octav as well, joining us for the race. Who set their alarm right for the race? Welcome Furhat as well. Furhat saying Hadjar looking impressive, could be driver of the year. Very early shout that, but we will see. Welcome Atmospheric as well in the vertical stream there. My brain, does anyone just wake up without an alarm? Like today, I'm not even joking. I set my alarm for 5:55 and 5:50 I was just up because I slept a bit. I was really sensible and I slept a bit more yesterday. But it's a big sacrifice because I should have been doing some videos and I was sleeping, but I wanted to be fresh for this stream. Welcome SizeX. Good to see you. Good to see another member in the chat. Who do you think will win this race? Well, I think Piastri's going to win it. I think it's going to be older Piastri. We've got 1,000 people watching, D6. 1,000 people in the chat here, ready for the Chinese Grand Prix. Verstappen won in 2024, and before that, because of COVID, we have to go all the way back to 2019, and the winner was... Anyone know who won the Chinese Grand Prix in 2019? Vlaka without the alarm be streamed for the whole day. What's your view of Sainz joining William? Any potential? I think potential, but I think Alex Albon really wants to destroy Sainz this season. Hennessy just says Zhou Guanyu. Pour one out for Zhou Guanyu. He's now with Ferrari, actually. He's now the Ferrari reserve driver. He wanted to be a reserve driver, and his dreams came true. Anthony Hamilton here again. So I'm going to call the race start because I think what I'll see will be basically in sync. Maybe even just a split second ahead of the timing. So interesting, we're going to go for it that way today. Sold out, woke up at 4:30. Gary, any giveaways planned? There is currently a giveaway. It's still open where you can win a Logitech G Pro wheel and pedals. So it's not this rim because this is the RS track, but G Pro wheel and pedals giveaway courtesy of Logitech. Go check out my latest Forza Logitech McLaren G Challenge video that I shot with McLaren actually. So I went down to McLaren and shot some stuff. I think that video's done okay, which is good. Thanks, Odd Puppet. Thanks, Phil. Welcome, Zeus. Who am I rooting to win? I'd love to see Kimi Antonelli win. I think that'd be awesome. Rory, at 60, you no longer need an alarm. Okay, well, I'll tell you who needs the lights going off as Liam Lawson dives into the pit lane. So the last car is in the pit, and I'm going to call the start as I see it. Because we are about to go for the Chinese Grand Prix, sponsored by Budweiser. So, all the cars are on the grid. The green flag marshal walks behind. 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Is Oscar Piastri going to nail the start, or is it going to be a good start for George Russell? It's a really good start from George Russell, and Piastri needs to squeeze him, but George Russell, gets compromised, and Lando Norris is going to try and go round the outside. Lando Norris sweeps ahead of George Russell, but it's such a long first corner, and Norris goes up into P2. So Russell had almost too good a start, and then when he got squeezed by Piastri, and it's Piastri in the lead, then it is Lando Norris and George Russell with Lewis Hamilton in P4. So Max Verstappen has had a terrible start here, and he's under pressure from Isaac Hadjar. What's gone wrong for Max Verstappen and all amongst that? And now George Russell is trying to get back on Lando Norris here, but there's a Ferrari. It's Lewis Hamilton is all over the back of Russell as well. It's a very exciting start here. Extremely exciting start. And the two RB Cash Apps going side by side. Snowder and Hadjar. Antonelli's gained a position. So it looks like that the Mercedes. Charles has a broken front wing. Oh no. Charles Leclerc in P5 has a broken front wing. And Hulkenberg has dropped down a lot of positions as well. And Bortoletto. So it's terrible news for the Saubers. Terrible news. Deck has got $50 on the Aussie guy. What, Jack Doohan? Why have you put $50 on Jack Doohan? Are you mad? It's a very exciting start here, everyone. I feel like it is going to be, actually. I feel like this could be an extremely exciting race because the Mercedes look quick. The Mercedes look quick. What I'm seeing from Russell, he wants to get into Norris. And Hamilton as well. So is Piastri going to be able to do what Verstappen has been doing for years and run away with it? I don't think so. I don't think Piastri's going to be able to run away with it. But I might be wrong. We will see. So bad news for the Saubers there. So Verstappen told that Leclerc has a broken front wing. I haven't seen it personally. So Piastri, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen, Antonelli, and then we go into the RB Cash Apps. And Esteban Ocon in P10. I'm on board with Leclerc. Did Leclerc get caught out by someone? Did someone chop across him in the turn 1 mess? Was there contact with Hamilton? Yes, there was! Hamilton chopped across Leclerc, and Hamilton must have damaged Charles Leclerc's front wing. Must at least be end plate. I'm surprised that front wing isn't. There's a big contact. So Charles Leclerc, disaster for Leclerc. Yeah, Chai confirming. Billy Astro Verstappen defending against a rookie. Look at Bortoletto. Bortoletto must have pitted. Yeah, Bortoletto has pitted, which would be a smart move if, well, if there's a safety car, it will catch up, essentially. DRS now enabled down Down the back straight. Yeah, DRS has been enabled down the back straight. Welcome, Galazzo. Yeah, so Charles Leclerc, damaged front wing. And I wonder if he's going to become a cork in the bottle here. Yellow flag because of a track hazard, by the way. Yellow flag because of track hazard. Could that be part of Charles Leclerc's front wing? No, you can see it there. That might be where Bortoleto and or Hulkenberg had an incident. So yellow flag. We've seen before, if you remember Bottas last season, coming, you know, those incredible scenes where he's just out of the car with no safety car. Are they going to pull a safety car this year? No, there's a green flag. We're back to green flag conditions. Hamilton, the tyre whisperer. It is going to be about tyre whispering. Leclerc, we have 20 to 30 point loss on the front. So Leclerc has lost downforce on the front wing because of this mad turn one where he got chopped up by Lewis Hamilton. So Piastri is 1.2 seconds ahead of Lando, and then you've got Russell and Hamilton ahead of what could be the cork in the bottle in Charles Leclerc. People saying the pit window on the mediums could be like 14 to 20. So Charles Leclerc needs to hang in there, but you imagine he's going to be boxing early and not going long. I just wonder if the Ferraris were splitting strategy and one of them was going to go long, and if it was Leclerc going long, maybe they should split that strategy now and have Hamilton go long. Antonucci running 47 for AK-47, that would be fun. Well, I mean, I don't condone that, obviously, but I can see there's some element of banter there. Okay, George Russell is within DRS of Norris. I think Russell is a driver to watch. Brakes on fire for Alonso. Brakes on fire for Alonso. Alonso, why are your brakes on fire, bro? That's not the strat. I'll have a look, see if I can see any plumes of dust coming out. If his brakes are on fire, could that be a retirement? Isn't that a Kings of Leon song? So Alonso down in P12. Yeah, 20 to 30 points of downforce. I don't know if we have anyone of the 2,000 people watching, anyone technically minded who can let us know. Yeah, Alonso's pulling over. Alonso's pulling over, so the brakes are on fire. And the brakes. And he's going to try and crawl it back to the pit lane, I think, here. I'm not sure what they can do. Is he going to retire? Is the question. Nice one, Crazy. Yeah, by the way, if you're just joining us, please hit that like button right now and make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like and the subscribe. Yeah, Alonso can't brake. I predicted this is going to be the season where it all goes wrong for Alonso and he's going to fall out with the team and the team's going to fall out with him. So, yeah, look at George Russell here. This is not an example we had with Verstappen where Verstappen would run away with it. I think Russell might be able to sit in the slipstream and actually save the tyres. And look at Charles Leclerc driving with 20, 30 points. The question is, are they even going to take the 6 seconds or whatever to change that front wing? It would depend what kind of gap he can get. It was a great start from George Russell. Slightly better, and George Russell would have been able to send it into turn one. George Russell actually backed out. He had to back out because he had to make a decision where he was going to send it or back out. And that allowed Lando to get in. Welcome SKC, welcome Yena EJS to the community. Remember, if you want to join the community, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, both completely free. Great American Buffalo says top 3 going to burn up their tyres. The Fernando Alonso strat. So Alonso crawling now to the pit lane, but I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do there. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do. And you can see Verstappen, Hamilton saying he's been hit by someone. I think he would have known it was Leclerc. So yeah, no end plate on the front left for Charles Leclerc, but the wing is not dropping. It's not dropping. So just no end plate. By the way, people were saying about Verstappen, oh, you know, is he just complaining about the car? It does look like Verstappen is really struggling with the car here. Welcome, Odd Poppet Esquire. Come on, Piastri. Yep, we will see. Is this a real race? It's a real race, yep. Now, what happened with Bortoleto? Bortoleto, love the helmet. Oh, my goodness. Bortoleto just spun on his own. That's insane. Bortoleto just went off on his own into the gravel, managed to get it going again from the gravel trap. And Alonso is being retired, by the way. So Alonso is being retired from the race. I think he's taken the wheel off something already, like he's trying to signify that it's not his fault. I think it's all going to go wrong for Fernando Alonso. I suspect... What do we think happened? I suspect they probably left something in the brake duct or something. Or it could be a plastic bag. Something like that, but pretty embarrassing for Aston Martin. No such thing as free. Apart from leaving a like, it's completely free and subscribing. Okay, Piastri, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc. So I would keep an eye on Kimi Antonelli trying to get past Verstappen here. And I don't want to say changing of the guard, but that feels like it would be a significant moment. Welcome Terry Head from Japan. Hope you're well. Are you looking forward to the Japanese Grand Prix? Mark says F in the chat for Falonzo. Yes, indeed. Nelly Figueroa, any chance Lewis can win? 100%. 100%. If he goes hammer time, Lewis can win this. Lewis can win this Grand Prix. There's a yellow flag again for another track hazard. Is that the same sector? No, green flag. Maybe someone went off. Hulkenberg's dropping off the back here after qualifying so well in the Sauber. Ian says hi from Ian, Jakey, and Gloria from Papua New Guinea. Welcome to the Papua New Guinea gang. Let's do another nation chat. Now we've got Papua New Guinea. Chat, just put your country where you're watching from in the chat. You can put your flag as well. It makes it a bit easier. Swab saying, is Verstappen washed? Well, no damage to Verstappen's car unless he's got a very strict time delta that he wants to hit, because we know degradation is going to be key. And it could be that the McLarens are using up too many tyres. Giga Machadovich from Germany. Elias from Namibia. Welcome back. Someone who was watching in 2024. Octave. Anna from Maldives, US, Netherlands. Mina from UK. Clickrock, Netherlands. Sizex, UK. Michael, Australia. Christopher, United States. Abayola, UK. Rory, South Africa. Cruz from Pakistan. These from Netherlands. Traction, Jamaica. Fadika, India. LA, Philippines gang. Billy, Indonesia. Norway, India, Singapore. Nigeria, Poland, Dubai, Turkey. I think we're going to have every single damn country in the world in here. I think we're going to have every single country in the world. Honestly, look at this. Live from Kenya. Beaming down into Nairobi these days. China Southeast. China Southeastern. Malaysia. What's the equivalent of hammer time at Ferrari? I think we can say hammer time. Lewis, it's time for hammer time. Or it's time for pasta time. Should we call it pasta time? For watching from the moon, Vlaka from Croatia, Hennessy from Mumbai. Okay, you see the Sauber struggling here. Liam Lawson off the back of the pack as well. But does this show that actually the Red Bull is just really dropped off massively? Like Red Bull have messed this up. With Adrian Newey going to Aston Martin. Need to get Adrian Newey on those brake ducts, please. Adrian Newey to the brake duct department. So you can see it's all about the top 5 here for me. All about the top 5. Bring the pasta. Will it be a 1-stop or 2-stop? I think 2-stop. Minimum. Nice one, Lewis. Norman from Malaysia. Jay watching from Easter Island in the vertical stream as well. Whoa, look at the subscribers. Welcome, whoa, welcome everyone. John McCullough, Pancho, Lawrence, Philippek, Thandi, Edwin, Bilal as well. Welcome along, everyone. Seychelles. Okay, so we think the pit window starts on lap 14. Oh, Lando Norris. Interesting message. I'm starting to struggle a little bit on the left front. It's going to be so interesting here on tyre degradation. You got to run your deltas. You got to run your deltas here, because they don't know what's going to happen on the hard tyre. No one knows what's going to happen on the hard tyre. Louis B from the Maldives. Caprice from Oregon. Welcome, Caprice. Okay. I wonder if it's so keeping on the lap times. So George Russell has the fastest lap of the race, but they're not running fastest laps right now. You can see on the lap times there, we've got all of the info. Amelia from America, Prabish from Nepal, DJ from Melbourne as well. Kimetsu says, am I really the only other Turkish person here? Any other Turks in the chat? Cristiano Veloso, you sound like I would have absolutely signed you up in Football Manager 2015. Cristiano Veloso, £3.5 million buy from Sao Paulo FC. Watching from Brazil. Welcome, Andres and Dominican. I've been to the Dominican. Albon on the radio. Albon saying he's better than everyone else from on a tyre perspective. So Albon, what tyre is Albon on the mediums? Let's check in with our hard tyre runners. So Lance Stroll, Behrman, Lawson. Well, I don't think it's worth. Well, Bortoleto we can't really tell, but Bortoleto span. It might have been a real rookie mistake from Bortoleto where he's on the hard tyre and he's trying to follow people on the mediums, and he just doesn't have the same grip. In your opinion, which car is the biggest tractor? Got to be the Sauber. Yeah, thanks, Lewis. 2,500 people watching. If everyone hits the like button right now, we'll get 1,000 likes, and that'll be huge for us. That was a target we set, so please, please, please do encourage it. Adir says, Max, no, yeah, this could be the fall-off of Max Verstappen. This could be, I mean, the P2 in Melbourne was sensational. But this could really be the fall-off here for Verstappen. Piastri asking, is he on plan A? So things are changing up front. What's the gap between... So Leclerc is 6 seconds off Piastri, and considering he's lost 20 to 30 points of downforce, I don't think that's too bad at all. Thanks, Constel. Yeah, we spent some time in the off-season working with one of my editors who came up with some great suggestions. Leclerc is getting close to Hamilton. I think Leclerc is going to lose his tyres. He must be burning up the tyres more with that front wing hanging off. Satesh, what's wrong with the RB? There's nothing wrong with the RB, mate. The RB Cash App PayPals are in P8 and P9. Brian Bozzi, race engineer, shaking his head. Not a good look. If you're a race engineer, always look positive, I say. Leclerc saying, if it stays like this, I want plan A. So people want plan A. Plan A or plan B? Gray says, Verstappen losing most of his time on that last carousel, turn 13. Are you looking at the sector times? Verstappen, it doesn't matter how slow I drive, my tyres are gone. So Verstappen, are we in the moaning era of Max Verstappen? That's going to be very cathartic to lots of people. Just always feel that Verstappen is going to be there or thereabouts, but maybe doesn't have the car underneath him right now to get there. Enterobius is from Romania. Welcome. Caprice, dude, what's your favourite driver? I really like Kimi Antonelli's style at the moment, but I want Antonelli to get into Verstappen here, unless he's being very disciplined. You just don't know how disciplined people are being on their deltas. So if Charles Leclerc pits now and does front wing, yeah, Charles Leclerc, there'll be too much traffic. We stick to plan B. So I think plan A maybe is a 3-stop or something. Would that be a 3-stop? But if you look where Leclerc would come out, they need to stay out more just to build more margin. What's the difference on lap time? 38.5 for Leclerc, whereas people in the midfield 39.2, 39.1. So Leclerc, about half for every lap, he's building half a second. I think it's just going to be painful for Leclerc when he stops. Chaya, all drivers are complaining about the tyres. Pretty thin says 2-stop. I mean, are we talking 2-stop or 3-stop now? Why is Bortoleto so far back? He's span. Yeah, Ferrari are inspecting their rear wings. They actually have 2 rear wings ready. Maybe they have them pre-set up with different amounts of wing on them, depending on what tyre Leclerc will put on. Yeah, Gasly is pitted, by the way. So Gasly is trying to undercut, and I wonder if this will propagate a waterfall of pit stops. Piastri asking for plan C. Can we make plan C? So plan A, plan B, and plan C. Because isn't plan B always a default? Nelly, do you think the cars were less wide or they made tracks wider? I do wish the cars were less wide. I think it would be incredible if they're less wide. They're less wide in Formula E and you see them regularly going 4 or 5 wide into corners. Doing boxes as well, and looks like, is that Albon boxing? No, is that Sonoda? Sonoda boxing as well, and Ocon. So yes, in the fear of being undercut, a lot of people in the midfield are boxing. We're going to see mediums onto hards. I wonder if anyone will go medium. Looks like Gasly might well have undercut someone, by the way. Looks like Gasly might have undercut Ocon. Because Ocon was in P10, wasn't he? So, yeah, the undercut may be powerful there, which shows how much deg there is on the cars right now. I think Soft's first stop is pretty stupid, but I might be wrong. Lawson P13, but I wouldn't read too much into it because he needs to box. In fact, he's probably going to get undercut massively here. You can see the McLaren stretching their legs a little bit. 38.1s for both McLarens. 38 mid 38s for their Ferraris. And Kimi Antonelli 39.2. Antonelli is lapping a second a lap slower than George Russell here. So George Russell might be showing his class over Kimi Antonelli. Look at Hadjar. Really impressive showing from Hadjar here. The F2 crowd, I think they would have raced here last year. Got to change that link. If you want to join the Discord, there's a different link. It's www.simracingdiscord.com. We got it. We got it. Galad said, what's an undercut? An undercut is when you pit earlier, you get on fresher tyres, so it means you're on faster tyres before anyone else can pit, and while everyone else is on slow tyres, you're on faster tyres, and when they come into pit, you've gained the time, and you come out. When they come out the pits, you're ahead of them, basically. Is that Mercedes coming in? Oh, my God. Is that Kimi Antonelli boxing gets chopped up by... Is that Hadjar or Sonoda? So Kimi Antonelli boxes, and look how far Sonoda gets chopped up by Sonoda. That really hasn't worked out well for Kimi. Welcome Jonas, Kenny, and Wagner as well. Kimi Antonelli now stuck behind more Red Bull livery traffic. And that shows the danger. That shows the danger. Now, this is good news for Leclerc if more of the midfield pits. And he's being told these laps are good, but he's worried he's losing time. But I think in the context of the race, this is good for Charles Leclerc because as more of the midfield pits, he will have more of a space to drop back into. Lawson P11, yeah, but he needs to box. Anyone going to box from the front runners here? Piastri, no. Norris, no. Russell, no. I'd be astonished if Hamilton boxes for Leclerc. I'll eat my hat. I'm eating it right now. I'm eating humble pie because Hamilton does pit before Leclerc and Verstappen pits as well. They're going to be hoping a lot of the midfield pits also, but Albon doesn't pit. Lance Stroll on the hard tyre doesn't pit. Sainz doesn't pit. Behrman doesn't pit. Lawson doesn't pit. Okay, so there's going to be traffic for Hamilton and Verstappen to negotiate here. The championship protagonist of 2021. And if you want to ask who's going to be in the championship in 2025, you're more likely to say, right, Piastri is being told to box. Very early call for Piastri there, early in the lap. Super early call for Piastri. I wonder if they're going to try and fake out Russell and Leclerc here. That's a super early call. What's your opinion, Lawson? Go check out the Motorsport channel video after this if you want to see. Russell saying, I think it's going to go one stop. So front left is clearing up. So Russell might be trying to go super long here, which could be an absolute killer strategy. That could be a killer strategy here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Piastri doesn't pit. I think McLaren might be doing some fun and games. But Norris being told 100% pace. So Russell being told box as well. McLaren are out. Yes, Piastri does box. So Mercedes can't risk it. They just need to cover off McLaren here. And Russell does box. opportunity now for Norris to go super long. And Charles Leclerc, the only man with a broken wing, is a man going out long. Reason says, can you tell about yellow, green and purple lap time? Yellow means it's a slower sector they've done before. Green means it's a better sector than they've done before. And purple means it's a better sector than anyone else. Welcome, David Tulawani. Yeah, I don't think Max is going to be on the podium. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, remember, hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. Oh, God. Smash it and hit the like button as well. We can definitely get to 110,000 subscribers today, which would be absolutely massive. Yeah, Charles stays out. Charles stays out. So we got Norris and Leclerc. And look at the traffic for Hamilton. He's behind Liam Lawson. So the traffic has been really split here as Russell gets past Behrman. So Hamilton needs to get past the Red Bull. I'm looking at a replay of Esteban Ocon here, diving up the inside. Ocon. Was it Ocon on? Surely it wasn't Ocon Antonelli. Yes, it was. So Kimi Antonelli really struggling here. Look at that from Antonelli. I mean, where is the Mercedes today? Antonelli getting out-dragged by Ocon, who had to go onto the dust. Was squeezed. Oh, it might be a penalty that for Kimi. The straight is about 1 billion miles wide, and somehow Ocon ends up on the dust. So I think we could see a penalty there for Kimi, but I feel like that's just how Kimi operates. Frankly, I love it still. Okay, so the front leaders go in. Alex Albon can temporarily lead this race potentially if he doesn't box and comes out ahead. So our front runners box. Charles Leclerc, I'm not sure whether they changed the front wing. Surely they did. Oh my God. Russell comes out and gets chopped up by... Oh, Russell's undercut him. Russell's undercut. Norris. Russell's ahead of Lando Norris. There we go. There's the undercut. And Lance Stroll's in the mix as well, who hasn't boxed on the hard tyre. And now Russell sends it on Lance Stroll and gets ahead. Lando Norris also going to try and get ahead of Lance Stroll. So George Russell, they've played a blinder here. This is great news for George Russell, and it's even more impressive when you consider that he's had to overtake a lot of traffic. So he's done the undercut and had to overtake the traffic, and he's got ahead of Lando Norris. So classic textbook. Guys, put a textbook emoji in the chat there for George Russell with the undercut. So Russell is now in second place provisionally because Alex Albon will be making way. Lewis Hamilton making an overtake. This will be on Liam Lawson. Was it a regulation? Oh my God, Hamilton went so deep there. Oh my God. Hamilton just absolutely... I don't believe you could have braked any later than that. There we go. The textbook emoji's coming out. And both Ferraris now running very close. And they decided not to fix the front wing there for Charles Leclerc. They don't need the end plate. Strategic end plate loss for Charles Leclerc, who now looks all over the back of Lewis Hamilton. So we've got some it's cars there who need to pit. Where is Verstappen? Verstappen's just overtaken Lawson, which is crazy. So Verstappen's a pit stop ahead of Liam Lawson there. Yeah, fast is that for Russell. Anna says, I'm telling you, Charles got faster. Well, we didn't know what he was doing before because it happened literally in the first corner. But it doesn't look, if you're a Ferrari fan, it doesn't look terminal. Adi says, Williams is so cooking this year. Well, we've got to see. I don't think it's going to be great when Williams pit. Does anyone know if Alex Albon pits, is he going to come out ahead of Nico Hülkenberg? Because if he's going to come out ahead of Hülkenberg, 20 seconds, then it could be great. I'm just looking at Kimi Antonelli. What is Antonelli doing down back there? And Hadjar as well. Hadjar was doing so well. Chat, does anyone know what's happened to Hadjar? Hadjar was chilling in P7. Welcome, dogs. Welcome, everyone. Let us know if you're new in the stream as well. Look at the Hulkenberg train in full effect here. That is a proper train. And again, Bortoletto, he had that spin, but just, you know, another race where you got rookies hanging off the back of the pack. Oh, Norris gets past Russell. And Norris was on the grass. So Norris overtakes Russell into turn 1. You can see on the standings here. And Russell really squeezed him. Welcome, Flink. Welcome back, Nelly. And Carlos Sainz in the pits now. Alex Albon has been overtaken by Piastri. So Norris gets back on Russell. Does that mean that really the McLaren is actually the fastest car? Is this ominous now? Is it ominous? Yeah, I mean, it's happened before. You have damage to cars and it does mysterious things. So when Albon and Stroll pit and Behrman pits, because Behrman hasn't pitted, right? Yeah, Behrman started on hard tyre. That will release Verstappen a little bit. But Albon here going super long. Welcome Oscar, Uefo, Thomas, Alfonso Diaz de la Cruz, Ruth Yanganaf, Martin Lado, Sophie Gatt as well. Chat, please make sure you are, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. And welcome yourselves to the community. Adia says, if Stroll does good this year, I'm changing my profile picture to him. Let's hold you to that. Let's hold you to that. Lance Stroll has just been overtaken by Lewis Hamilton, but defending against Charles Leclerc in the last corner. Surely Leclerc will get DRS. Stroll has DRS as well. So Lance Stroll is being a real thorn in the side of everyone here. However, Charles Leclerc is able, down the home straight, to actually get that overtake done, as you can see. So Alex Albon still going. Alex Albon, the only driver who hasn't boxed yet. So is Albon going to try and do a one-stop here? Should be very, very interesting. It's incredible, really, that Albon is able to lap. Well, he's lapping it. To be fair, he's lapping a second a lap slower than the leaders here. But given that a pit stop is about 20 seconds, usually, you know, 20 laps of that, and it's the same as a pit stop. So would you rather have a pit stop, or would you rather lap a second a lap slower? And obviously he's in a better position in case there's a safety car. Hamilton struggling, wants to let Leclerc through. Is that Hamilton actively saying that? Yeah, Professor was pointing out, if Hamilton actually pulls off a one-stop, it'll be a fantastic drive. It will be a fantastic drive if Albon can do it, and that's what he's trying to do. Chat, by the way, 3,000 people watching, 300 likes. We can do so much better. Let's hit that like button. If everyone right now just smashes the like button, we will get up to 1,000 likes, and it will just climb massively, which would be huge for the stream. I'd really appreciate it if we can absolutely destroy it. Come on, Yuki, where is Sonoda? Sonoda is looking not bad, actually. When Albon and Behrman pit, Sonoda's going to be up into P8. Tokyo Dogs is going to be... Look, there we go. We got 100 likes in like a second. 150 likes in a second. We're pushing to 500 likes. Hulkenberg, am I really dying now here? I don't know. Hulkenberg's become like a indie singer. Chris, I've been trying to say everyone's sleeping on Albon. 485 likes. Come on, chat. The big push to 1,000. Let's just do that massive push to 1,000. So, Piastri, Norris. Russell needs to get past Alex Albon. I'm disappointed with the way that Russell has faded here. And it may be that the Mercedes is just not that good on the hard tyre. Will they be able to go back to mediums? Do they have another set of mediums? 528 likes. 535 chat, big push. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Gap between Lance Stroll and Verstappen. You can see it there in the standings. It is less than a second. Less than a second now. And I wonder if we'll see Verstappen who's really managing his tyres. What time is it in the UK? I don't even know. It must be about 8 AM or something. On a Sunday morning, I'm going to go to the Wetherspoons after and get my £3.50 breakfast. I'm going to treat myself. Lawson in the bin, apparently. Albon in the pits. Albon in the pits. Is that being called? Is that a box for Albon? Let's see. And Piastri, by the way, every lap gets closer. Yeah, Albon in the pits. Let's see where Albon's going to come out. Has Albon basically got undercut? Hamilton, I think, moving out the way for Charles Leclerc. So Hamilton playing the team game here. Where's Albon going to come out? Does Albon come out ahead of Antonelli? Let's see. I think it's going to get pretty ugly here for Albon. I don't think the strategies work. Swati saying Albon about to get cooked. 555 likes, chat. Just the number I got on the back of my shirt here. Albon comes out and yeah, it ain't good news for Albon. P14. Although he may be on some kind of weird strat now. Okay, so with that all said and done, actually, I said Lance Stroll and Behrman still haven't pitted. So Stroll and Behrman still out there on the hard tyre. And Behrman with a 138.3 last lap is very handy. Behrman just lapped quicker than George Russell. What the hell? What's Oliver Behrman on here in the Haas? Did anyone see that from Behrman? Lee Lawson is a young man who should have been in the Snowder drive. Basically, that Kurt. No one. It's a curse. See that Red Bull. I'll do it though. I'll do it. Thanks, Lily. Yeah, appreciate the support. Much appreciated. G Powder saying Hamilton could be 2 stops here. Billy Mellors in Australia. So the top 5 separated by 9 seconds, and honestly, with tyre degradation, anything can happen there still. We've seen it at the end of the races last year, especially when McLaren started catching Red Bull. Pradito says Slowson couldn't even chase Science in the Williams. Where is Slowson? Slowson currently chilling in P17. Why did Lawson go on the medium tire? I don't know. They're almost like whatever they think they should do, they may as well do the opposite. Because what they think they should do isn't working. Lando, yeah, well, you say he's catching Piastri by 6,000ths of a second. It's not really worth phoning home about. Leclerc saying this is a shame. The pace is there. Oh, it's so much. So much. And Leclerc being told, well done, I'm sorry about that. It's nothing to be sorry about if it's just a racing incident. It is what it is. Let's not feel sorry. Let's crack on, lads. Let's make decisions. Is it worth changing for the wing if they think it's going to give them the time or not? Croft says from reaching big game. Welcome, Lily, Misha, Scott, Mario, Michael, and Maisie. All the M's in. All the M's subscribing. Lawson is a live test driver now. Lawson's doing his pre-season test. Just an instant, for Leclerc. Getting really stretched out here. Really stretched out. Hulkenberg now behind Bortoletto. So Hulkenberg just boxed again. Hulkenberg's just boxed again. Is Hulkenberg going to the end? Is Hulkenberg gone medium hard or something? What's Hulkenberg doing? $2, I'm old beamer, not tech saver. Try and get my son to buy me membership tomorrow. Well, there's going to be membership news. I'm going to be circling membership news. I'm going to be polling the members as we refresh the membership. New badges, new perks. So the membership over the last 5 years on this channel has gone through many different guises. Anyone remember the original membership tiers? I missed them. I think they were awesome. They're saying, let's go, Oscar, let's go. So Piastri, Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen. 12 seconds off the lead. What you lapping like, Verstappen? Verstappen lapping quicker than Piastri. As Albon tried to go up the inside of Pierre Gasly into the hairpin. Oh, chopped him up. Didn't leave any space on the exit. Won't be getting a Christmas card from Pierre Gasly for that one. Left Gasly nowhere to go. Golden says the Ferrari is quick around corners. I just wonder whether Norris did his fastest lap, but it doesn't look like he's really gaining too much on Russell. In fact, he isn't. Russell, 37.1. And Russell does still have the fastest lap of the GP. In fact, Leclerc and Russell both gained on Norris and Piastri last lap. So keep an eye on the lap times. By the way, Lance Stroll and Oliver Bearman definitely in one stop. Well, are they going to be able to go on mediums for that long? The end of the race? You'd say they're in one stop territory. I don't really see the point massively. Because by the time they box their one stop, they're going to lose 20 seconds. And they're going to go all the way down to where Liam Lawson is. So I don't personally massively see the point. Welcome Paul Ball, Kathleen and Hire as well. Jasper saying Hamilton for the win. Cruff, bring back the Honey Badger. Horner is second driver. Put a Christian Horner in there. Shame he wasn't fast enough to get into Formula 1. Gap 1.1. Don't know what that is in relation to. That's to behind. Yeah, Leclerc is now 1.1 to Russell. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Pineapple says, rip Liam bruv. Is he even going to make it to Suzuka? Imagine if he doesn't make it to Suzuka, where he's raced probably more than anyone else. Proportionately for his career. Oh, big lock-up from a Haas. That must have been Bearman on Stroll. Bearman locked it up. Not what you want to be doing when you're trying to save your tyres. And Lance Stroll gets back through. They're having some fun here. I think they've ruined their race, but fair enough. Put Yoss in. He has the most chemistry with Max. Oh, my days. What an unbelievable shout that is. You just need a Verstappen to drive. Only Verstappen can drive the Red Bull. I've got an idea. That's a huge shout. Chat, what do we think about that? Jos Verstappen in the Red Bull? That's genuinely not the stupidest idea I've ever heard. The Mercedes is a dragster out of turn 12. Unbelievable traction. That's what Charles Leclerc is saying. He suspects some funny business, maybe. They should totally do a Masters League. Do an F1 Masters League as a support race. Guys, F1 Academy every weekend, F1 Masters. I'll cover it. I'll do it. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. No change. What do we think about it? Lawson for the win? No chance, Anthony Fallon. Chai said this is an amazing idea. Welcome Marie Hudson in the vertical chat, I see. Okay, so Piastri, Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. 9.2 seconds. Still about 12 seconds if you include Verstappen. So, and then really is a best of the rest. Wonder, can anyone undercut here? Can anyone go for an undercut? How's the next undercut looking? What if Charles Leclerc goes for an undercut? Will he come out ahead of Tsunoda? Ooh, I don't think Leclerc is that far from coming out ahead of Tsunoda. What are the lap times saying? Yeah. Second a lap quicker than Tsunoda. He's going to be building that margin. Lewis Jimenez will watch. Sizex and Oscar's left the rest. You think Oscar Piastri just showing World Championship chops here? No worries, DJ. Professor saying Leclerc pushing his tyres really hard behind George. I wonder if Russell is lurking here. We saw this with the McLarens last season, Imola, Miami. Like, you just bide your time and you go for it in that last... It's like endurance runners do in like the 800 metres. Do you think Verstappen will catch up? I mean, he's been talking in interviews about how he's actually burning up the tyres because the car is not doing what he wants it to do. But if he is actually saving tyres, you don't know. Lawson to Formula E, I'd love to see it. Behrman saying, come on then, let's take some action. Behrman trying to wake up the team. But I think Behrman's race is just kind of done here. I say that. Behrman's going to drop back into that pack, but that pack has to spit again, doesn't it? So Actually, Behrman's going to drop back a lot because Behrman 138.9. Behrman's lapping slower than everyone else behind him. Verstappen saying I can't go faster, but that might be Verstappen being really in tune and saying I don't want to degrade the tyres any more than this. 600 likes, everyone. Chat, let's do another big push. If you haven't yet liked the stream, hit the like button. If you have hit it, put a like button in the chat. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We can do it. I know we can do it. Lee Allen, I'm buying McLaren merch. Both drivers are classy. There we go. The McLaren marketing operation in full swing there. What merch are you going to get? Buffalo Stroll putting down laps 1 second off the pace. Shout in the vertical chat saying get Vettel back in the Red Bull. What a huge shout that is. That's like a movie with Jason Statham where they get him back, they pull him back in. He's retired. He's on a ranch somewhere. What's he doing? What does Vettel do? You know Vettel released all those bees at Suzuka. He's like beekeeping. Hang on a second. Smash that like button for the 1K. Yes, exactly. Okay, so what are we looking in lap times? I'm going to check on the lap times as everyone goes over on lap 27, approaching the halfway mark. So, Piastri a 137.1. Lando goes 4 tenths quicker, 36.7, fast lap of the race. Russell 37 dead, Leclerc 37 dead, Hamilton off the pace, 37.4. Is it degradation for Hamilton or a mistake? I'm on board with one of the Ferraris. Looks so smooth. Unbelievably smooth. It's great to see. Unbelievably smooth driving. Like, is this Leclerc or Hamilton? It's so smooth. Wow. Very little adjustment mid-corner. I think that might have been Leclerc. Leclerc is driving unbelievably smooth. Amy Pato saying Oscar trying to prove he's better than Lando. Yes, indeed. Hamilton might have diff damage due to the incident. I don't think so, but interesting shout. It'll be very interesting if both Ferraris suffered because of that. Is Cadillac going to do good next season? I don't think so. Are Cadillac coming in next season, by the way? Because surely they're going to be absolutely pants. Welcome, Lars from Denmark. Stroll performing 2 races in a row. Well, let's see what happens when he boxes. As Behrman, yeah, so Behrman's boxed. So Behrman's boxed now. So Behrman can go to the end on medium. So I'm not even sure he can. But if he can go to the end on mediums, then the strategy might work. But he's going to have a lot of deg at the end as well. I just don't see the strategy as having worked for Stroll or Behrman. I think by the end, they're going to be there or thereabouts. I don't think it's a masterstroke, basically. Welcome, Matthias, Fearless Studio, last box, spammer as well. Caddy going to suck, Flight Sim says in the vertical chat. So, it's 10 seconds now between the top 5. And we're halfway through the race. Chat, let me know in the comments, in the chat, who do you think is going to win this race? Just put in the name of the driver that you think is going to win. Let me know in the chat, who do you think is going to win this GP? It's 14 seconds, including Verstappen. Piastri, Norris, Russell, Piastri, Oscar, Hamilton. Piastri, Piastri, Piastri. Oh, the spammer is actually a spammer. The spammer's actually a spammer. Piastri, Stroll, Piastri, Bortoleto, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, Norris. I'm surprised more people aren't saying Norris. Sizex, Oscar, Slowson, Piastri. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised not more shouters coming in for Norris. Because Norris is... Oh, Bortoleto, fastest lap of the race. What the hell? Chat, who didn't put Bortoleto in? At this rate, Bortoleto is going to win. Fastest lap of the race, Bortoleto. The team is asking Piastri to slow down. Surely not. Big McLaren conspiracy there. Surely, surely, surely. Was it Cruyff who said Bortoletto? Who hurt Bortoletto? Chat, Bortoletto generational drive incoming. Bortoletto last to first. Fastest lap of the race for Bortoletto on the damn hard tyre. In all seriousness, I think we're going to see some undercuts now. Oh, Rani Mehrani is also the spammer. This is like a Among Us. And Taeyang. Oh my god, hang on, chat. Is anyone in chat actually not a spammer? And Terry Henry as well. The mods are the mod anti-spam system is in full swing now. Oh my god. Chat, you need to out-spam the spammers. Out-spam. It's getting absolutely insane here. It's getting absolutely insane. Look at this. Right, anyway, back with the race. The mods are going to be having fun. Anyone want a promotion to the mod crew as well? Right, so Piastri over the line. What's it going to be? 36.8. Norris 36.3. So Norris, again, half a second quicker. Try saying it's not doable. There's a message coming in for the mods. We're being overrun. They're coming in through the goddamn walls, everyone. Chat, we've been breached. We've been breached. We've been breached. Are we on top? Are we on top of it now? Are we on top of it? Oh my god. Best mods in the game. Best mods in the game. The thing is, the spammers could be among us. They could be waiting. They could be waiting. It's like that no Russian scene in Call of Duty. Well, not really, but in a very abstract level it is. Okay, so a red ball is boxed. Is that Liam Lawson? Where's Liam Lawson going to end up? Behind Hulkenberg, I think. Charles losing speed. Let's have a look at the lap times. Well, a second a lap slower than the McLarens. The McLarens are stretching their legs. I think the only hope here is if you don't want McLaren to win the first race season and therefore dominate the whole championship, is Russell. Well, Oliver Bearman had another go on. Would it be Lawson? Bearman with the cutback said ciao. Bearman sticking it in on Liam Lawson there. But Lawson just pitted after, so Lawson was like, yeah, whatever, bro. David Bearman has his phone in the chat. I think David Bearman is watching our live stream. David Bearman is in the Haas garage with his phone. I think he's in chat. Everyone say hello to David Bearman. 666 likes as well. Nice. Chat, can we get some claps out for the mods, please? Can we get some claps out? I'm going to do Chef's Kids for the mods. That was absolutely insane. An insane work from the mods there in the pits. You can't say that, Gentry. You can't say that. You can't do that. That's not allowed, surely. There we go. Claps coming out. Mods are absolutely cooking. Honestly, it's best mods in the game here. Best mods. Okay. Russell. So we think there's going to be another round of pit stops. Are they going to go back? Because maybe the Mercedes is not good on the hard tyres. I think they really weren't in Australia, if I remember. Norris, can you tell them just to speed up a little bit? Because I'm in dirty air. Norris, I'm not sure you're 3 seconds off, mate. I don't think you're in dirty air. What do we think? Bearman on doing as well. So is Bearman just going mad now? Who's unleashed the bear? By the way, Oliver Bearman needs to make a logo that's a bear. Like, he needs to go full in on the bear thing for the branding. What do we think? Full on bear. Well, it certainly ain't going to be a one-stop this race. So when are we going to see the front runners pit? And will Russell be able to hit a window and say, I'm going to go to the end on the mediums? Was it a switcheroo on doing? Lawson passed someone apparently. Who's Lawson passed? Lawson passed as Nico Hulkenberg. Career saved. No longer Liam Fraudson. Lawson, chat, what do we think now about Liam Lawson? Do we rethink everything? How did it work? It was out of the long turn one. Was it through the kink? Was it outside, inside of the kink? Nice move, Liam Lawson. Great move in turn 6. He did a phenomenal move in Australia as well. Liam Lawson is locked in. Yeah. Lawson just went beast mode. Imagine Lawson on the radio now like, yes! Like... and Christian Horner's like, wait, bro. Lawson watched long form content like a true hero. Yes, indeed. Okay, so when are we going to see the front runners pit? Oh my goodness. Russell is half a second off. Piastri, Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. I mean, given we're at the end of a stint here, it's not looking good for anyone else who's not a McLaren, because McLaren just looks so good. Yeah, imagine Lawson calling out Liam Christian Horner every time he does an overtake. That'd be so funny. Hadjar in the pits. So Hadjar, here we go then. Hadjar blinks first and is going to try and go to the end on mediums, presumably. No. He's going to try and get to the end on hard tyres, so Hadjar likes the hards. Lawson doing worse than Mazepin. Incredible scenes. Anthony Fallon, yeah. Well, you got plenty of other drivers to support as well. You got Nick Cassidy, Mitch Evans. Marie Hudson watching from a field in Boston, UK. Very nice. Laurie says, bro, Bortoletto doing better than Piastri. Yeah, Bortoletto's just on fire. By the chat, how is Bortoletto doing so good? Okay, that lap wasn't so good. Basically, the new hards. This phase of the race is just a bit about patience. So Norris being told, be patient. Norris wants to pull rank. He's like, guys, can we stop with the charade? Just tell Piastri to pull over and let me through. Mandy Elliott says Oscar might win this. I agree. So we're definitely going to see more people in the midfield pit because Hadjar's started it. Anthony Fan, it's not Eddie Irvine. I just want to clarify, Eddie Irvine is not dead. Eddie Irvine, as far as I'm aware, is alive and well in Monaco. Dorian Pin on the pit wall here from F1 Academy. Alicia Palmosky, who basically went toe-to-toe with Lucas Blakely in GB4 this season. I spent a lot of time with Lucas Blakely at McLaren, at the McLaren Technology Centre. Very interesting driver. And, yeah, got to race with him a little bit as well. Small risk of rain, Professor Logic says. Are we thinking there could be some rain? Small risk of rain. Last 3 laps up to Class 1. Someone in chat said there was absolutely no risk of rain. Do we remember? Was that a thing? Lawson was such a downgrade, should have just kept Perez. Tannage, I think Mercedes will win constructors. Well, by the way, we haven't mentioned Antonelli at all. He is now up to P10. But is Hadjar actually ahead of him when the pit stop isn't done? I don't know. Huey's from the Netherlands. Are you live, Huey? Chat, let's do another push. 3,000 people watching. Another push on the likes. If you're new here, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. It'd be great to get to 110,000 subscribers live on stream. Just 142 more needed. So if you're not subscribed, let's do a big push. Is that Behrman again on doing a move? No, it must be Ocon. Trying to see. He's ahead of a Williams. Which Williams is it? Can't see on my thing. I swear I just saw a Haas overtake a Williams. Must be, was it Ocon on Albon or something like that? Put Ronaldo in the Ferrari. Put Mr. Beast in the Ferrari. That was Behrman on Science. Okay. Oh, and then but where is Science? Why can't I see? Oh, there it is. Sorry, they were so close together I couldn't see. So Behrman on Science. So it was Behrman on the move. Is Behrman in the shout for most overtakes this race? Yeah, if the spammers are going to come in, the least they can do is drop a like as well. Okay, so are we going to see any of the front runners? And are they going to go on to mediums or hards at the front? So look at Hamilton dropping in the 36's last lap, and look how close Verstappen is to Hamilton. If you're Hamilton, you've got to watch out here. 36.7 for Piastri, 36.3 for Norris. Humidity rain inbound flight sim dude. I suspect if you're a flight sim dude, you know your weather. So Norris goes fastest out of the front runners, takes another 4/10 out of Piastri here. And Verstappen 36.6. Verstappen second fastest on the road there. You can see Hadjar setting the fast lap of the race. New tyres. Good pace now, Max told. So Max Verstappen 17 seconds. Can Verstappen do it? Oh, thanks, NS. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Chris Vizella, the bear coming out of hibernation. So let's see if they're going to pit this time. Yeah, Red Bull are absolutely washed this season. I mean, they are going to lose so much money in constructors. They should have made the Perez swap earlier, I think. Thanks, Phil. So Amazon saying that it's not Amazon anymore. Did Amazon lose the sponsorship? I swear they used to be sponsored by Amazon when it was told AWS predicts something ridiculous. Hamilton boxes, I believe. Hamilton boxes. Thanks, Neox, Sue Roberts, Liam, Neil McKenzie, Dennis Floz, and NS and Solo as well. Hamilton comes into the box and puts on the hard tyre. So Hamilton blinks first. Hamilton blinks first. And does that mean we're going to see a slew of pit stops? By the way, chat, I'm thinking about the membership. I'm thinking, what if we change the membership tiers to, like, first tier is like F2 driver, then F1 test driver, then rookie driver, then F1 driver, and then F1 world champion, or something like that? Would that be more fun than just the numbers? What do we think? What do we think from the members in the chat? As I was just thinking about rookies, we have something similar in the Discord. I created an RPG in the Discord a couple of years ago. Oh my god. There's more coming in. Top tier Fernando Alonso. Yeah, but then it's like, what if you don't like Fernando Alonso? What if you're not a Fernando Alonso fan? Hamilton banking on the hard undercut. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen here. Piastri doesn't box. Norris doesn't box. They're not concerned. Liam Lawson being told he's doing a really good job. Russell doesn't box. Leclerc doesn't box either. So Hamilton is going for a different one. Hamilton for a different one. Who doesn't like Nando? Does anyone not like Fernando Alonso? Or is that just a guarantee? Like, the top tier is just you are Fernando. But then what if Fernando Alonso does something, like, bad? And then, yeah. Fernando is a fast... Fernando's a rookie anyway. I feel like Behrman is having a go at Gasly. Behrman is on the move here. Why? Well, so Behrman's on the different tyre strat. Is Behrman eating up people who want old tyres? But this is the thing. Behrman's just... Oh my god, Behrman almost sent it into turn 1. I think it's Behrman is just going to get destroyed by people who come back on the tyres. There should be a 10-second timer or something on chat. I don't like doing timers. I like... You can just say what you want. But then you can't just spam... Bro, you can't just spam the chat. Because then we can't see. It's not going to get people over to your cause. Oscar Piastri being asked how the tyre is. Oscar said he can drive the tyre to the end. If Oscar can go to the end here and other people can't. So that's interesting, actually. So Hamilton's had to blink first. So Hamilton is... There's no way Hamilton's going to... I mean, Oscar Piastri's on a 36.2. Let's see what Hamilton does. The Hamilton lap time here is going to be very interesting. Because I don't see any world without a safety car where Hamilton is going to be able to make that time back. What do we think? No, says, I think we need to get Kirith in there repping sim races. I'll do it. I'll drive the Red Bull. Oh, Oliver Behrman could be a classic around the outside, but Gasly's going to defend. Behrman needs to do a double cutback onto the home straight. Behrman on Gasly. Behrman will have DRS. Can Behrman send it this time? Oh, tries to go around the outside. Oh, inspired move. Great move from Behrman there around the outside of Gasly, but Gasly's really struggling on tyres. No Clue says can't spam with a short timer. But we have the best mods in the game. We have the best mods. We'll see. We'll keep under review. Plan C. Cheech says I don't think Piastri's tyres will last. Lawson 5 seconds behind Racing Bulls. Yeah, keep an eye on Lawson because they are in sync, aren't they? Because Tsunoda and Hadjar have pitted. Lawson pitted a few laps earlier. But keep an eye on lap times here. And Lawson is now lapping a second a lap quicker than Hadjar. Which is interesting. They're happy for Behrman. Papa Behrman. He's also watching our stream, we know that. Keeler Cox says Lando Norris. Just coming in there with a Lando. Any barriers you can... I can do banned words. Like, I think there are banned words in the chat. So we could do a banned word like, watch my illegal stream. We can ban that phrase. Sometimes the mods aren't very sophisticated. Michael Piastri winning from pole and on time management is a very big statement. If he can do it. Harrell raised Lawson had high hopes this season. Welcome Petra, Jay, Ash and Mudadov. Chat, we're 100 subscribers away from 110,000. We can do it on the stream. It is possible. What is boxing? Shing69 says in the vertical chat. Boxing means you go into the pits. You go to your pit box. So Hamilton does go fastest, 35.4. See, I don't want to have to ban the word Palestine in chat because we do where you're watching when people say Palestine, but you can't just spam it. Also, I don't have that kind of political power, capital. I'm not like the UN Secretary General. I have no power here. Okay, so Hamilton 35.4. Half a second quicker, albeit a second quicker than Leclerc. So a second quicker than Leclerc. With 15 laps left, I think it's now or never if you're going to pit in the top runners. Phil says Behrman driving like a savage. Yeah, Behrman on a mad one. I wonder if actually a lot of people are going to one-stop this, and therefore Behrman looks like a genius here. So actually, I was maybe wrong about the strategy. Because Behrman on the mediums, and maybe the medium tyre. Verstappen, this is top top pace now. Keep going. So Verstappen being told he's on good pace. I think Verstappen is looking at Leclerc, but has he been gifted a P5 here by Hamilton? Have Ferrari messed up the strategy again? Welcome, Red. Love and peace from the Philippines. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hamilton 135 dead. So that is 1.6 seconds quicker than Lando Norris. That still wouldn't get him into the lead, but would that get him past Russell? Yeah, average Ferrari strategy race, this one. So I just wonder, do the McLarens have a lot in the bag here? And therefore, because if Piastri wins this race, fastest lap could be interesting here, the point. For Piastri, no, he did. Yeah. Whoa. This Melbourne race might come to haunt Piastri because although it'll be one win each for the McLarens, Norris is still going to have a sizable lead because Piastri bottled Melbourne. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. Come on, we can get to 1,000 likes. We can get to 110,000 subscribers. We got our targets. Fastest lap point is removed. What do you mean it's removed? Did they scrap it? No. I didn't think they scrapped it. Didn't they scrap it if you're not in the top 10? You don't take it away. Surely they didn't scrap it. That's a huge rule change that I should be aware of, frankly. I thought they'd made some change about, like, because of what Ricciardo did. Ah. I'm not sure I like that. I like the idea that someone rolls the dice. Chat, what do we think? Do we agree with them scrapping it, or is it better with it? What do we think about it? Grey American Buffalo getting impatient now. What is the pit stop time? I don't know. Like 20 seconds. Jay says it's better with it. Bring it back, Mackerel says. That one guy, keep it. Katie Ingram, why is the layout changed? We just refreshed it. What do you make of the layout? Odd Poppet, never heard about it. To be fair, it's my job here to keep you informed of that. Hammer time fastest lap. Yeah, but he's just gone 35.5. I think the interesting thing is that Piastri is stretching his legs from Norris here. Ricciardo, just keep it a max. Obviously, everyone's trying to hang it out now. Don't know what can happen at the end. So maybe it turns out it is a one-stop for a lot of people. Maybe tyres are going to fall off. And Lewis Hamilton's gone, well, you know what? For the sake of probably giving up one position to Verstappen, I'll risk it in case the tyres really fall off for people. And I'll be there to sweep up. Because... But if Russell... Yeah, if Lando were to box now, I think Hamilton would have him. So keep an eye on the if Hamilton can lap at 1 point... there's some plastic on the circuit, or might be tariff. If Hamilton can lap 1.5 seconds quicker than Lando, this could not be as crazy as it seems, potentially. What does scrapped mean? Scrap means like it's been finished, it's been cancelled, it's been put on a scrap heap, it's been removed, it's been destroyed. That's what scrapped means. Lando box now, Hamilton would get cooked. Yeah, but Lando would have fast tyres, newer tyres. Welcome Akash, Frederick, Tanya, Omvov, and Siojo as well, getting us closer. We can see. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. Yeah, 3,400 people watching in the main stream and 129 in vertical as well. It's super healthy. I'm super happy about that. Leclerc, we're losing some time in sector 2, I think. Verstappen is lapping. Well, Leclerc just did his fastest lap. It's probably too... I mean, can you go on the softs? Bortoleto v Hulkenberg coming up. generational fight there. Look at Liam Lawson down in P17. Oh my god. We did this really strong thumbnail on the Motorsport channel. I don't know if anyone's seen my video on the Motorsport channel about the rookies, and we did this super strong thumbnail, and I was like, before we recorded the video, I was like, I think this might be too strong. So we thought about it. We was like, should we make it less strong? And we're like, nah, let's just do it. And it's probably the strongest thumbnail we've ever done. And the video's doing really well. The video's doing better than videos on the main channel. Won't Kiryu saying Lawson is worse. New Perez, welcome back, Won't Kiryu. Simcoe, Lawson going to get ejected soon. What you mean, like Helmut Marko's got an ejector seat in the car, and if at any point he doesn't like the drive, he just ejects him into outer space. Weather update, possible Class 1 half on the last lap only. That would be a sprinkling of fun. Behrman may get 7th place. How is Behrman? Behrman, hang on, this is a huge drive from Behrman. So is Behrman going to get Albon here? Surely Behrman's going to get Albon and Ocon and Antonelli because he's on the newer tyres. The lap times are not that much different. Let's have a look. What does the Bearmeister do this lap? 136.7. Oh, maybe not enough. Melbourne was Class 3 fun. Melbourne was a great race. Anyone who was here for Melbourne. Such a great season opener. Kimi in 8th. Cold as ice. Yeah, but Kimi flattering to deceive, I think, a little bit. Although, arguably, couldn't have done much better here. But maybe if they had Hamilton in that car, they might have got a better result. Car 44 gaining. Lewis Hamilton, speaking of hammer time, 35.3 for Lewis Hamilton. So a second a lap faster than most of the drivers ahead. Look at Leclerc. Leclerc has just done his fast lap of the race, and it's not even that quick. So Leclerc may have done a masterclass here because he may be super consistent, really extracting the maximum possible out of that car lap after lap. I think Ferrari have messed this up, and it ultimately is of their own making because both their cars collided. So whether it's a racing incident or not, oh my god. Yuki Tsunoda, and is that Doohan? That's a bit ridiculous. Doohan with a stupid overtake. And now you got Doohan, Tsunoda, Hadjar. Hadjar's got most of his front wing under his car. That's going to come off at some point, surely. So Doohan in the mix. I mean, Doohan doing great here, considering the RBs was qualified into Q3, right? What are the RBs doing down there? Has it been a terrible race from the RB PayPals as Hadjar comes in? Or is it Tsunoda with... No, Tsunoda. Tsunoda, I think, comes in. So Tsunoda has the damage. Yeah, Tsunoda with front wing damage. Is it possible for Piastri to get a Grand Slam? Well, I doubt he's going to get fastest lap. It's a bit of a leisurely stop here. If I was the... Oh, God, the wings just disintegrated as the mechanics pull it off. Just literally fell apart like it was made out of paper. So what happened with Tsunoda? Did he run into the back of a Williams? Oh, it just came off down the front straight. It was like Sebastian Buemi was Alguersuari in the Toro Rosso years ago. The wing just snapped on its own. That's how much downforce there is on these things. Wow. Doohan, Hadjar instant noted. I think Doohan is going to get a penalty for that. Marie says, wonder what will be said in the Ferrari garage later. Yeah. Flattering to deceive. And it's the second race in a row. Yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, come on chat. We're so close to 1,000 likes. We can do it. We can do it, and we can hit the 110k. I know we can. 9 laps to go. Hamilton flying. Where is Hamilton right now? 37.7. Sorry, 35.7. But with people doing low 36s, it's nowhere near enough. Sonoda is now lapped traffic there. Bortoleto did get past Hulkenberg. Who do you think will be driver of the day? Well, chat, you let me know who you think driver of the day might be. I think Piastri's got to be in with a shout. To be honest, it's difficult for me to, I mean, we don't know. It could be Leclerc because of the damage on that car. I mean, how Leclerc is so far ahead of Hamilton is kind of ridiculous. It could be Verstappen, given where the Red Bull is. It could be Behrman, but I think we want to see Behrman get a few more positions here. If we want to, Behrman's been giving some excitement. Anders says, "Bring back K-Mag." Ollie Behrman, because he's improved 7 positions. Yeah, Behrman with up 7. I mean, Liam Lawson up 4 positions. Liam Lawson, driver of the day. Anyone for Liam Lawson? What do we think? And I think it suspects Leclerc is quick due to the damage. Oh, big defense going on from, I think, Doohan on Hadjar. Doohan's going to get a penalty here. But I think Flavia will actually like that. Oh, Hadjar could have sent it up the inside. So Hadjar and Doohan having a real battle here. How long is the pit lane? We think about 20 seconds, but I don't think anyone... Everyone's committed now. I don't think anyone can pit. Ironically, the only driver who probably has a margin to pit is Lewis Hamilton, who's already pitted. So Piastri gets past Hulkenberg, that lap traffic. It's been a long time since we've seen the lapped cars. And... a long time since traffic get lapped. I wonder what that means for the season. Doohan Hadjar incident. Yeah, Doohan basically just ran Hadjar extremely wide at the hairpin. Ran him off track. I think it's going to be a penalty there. Yeah, Hamilton again. So apparently Norris a brake issue. Well, we'll keep an eye on the lap times, but Hamilton 35.2, that's better. If Hamilton can keep... Oh, 35 dead for Hamilton. How's Hamilton getting faster? It's almost his fast lap of the race, and then the fuel's coming down. So Hamilton on those newer hards... But is 12 seconds off Verstappen, so I just don't see it. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate it. What about Kimi? Kimi Antonelli. You calling for driver of the day, Vlatka? I don't think it can be driver of the day. Oh, 10-second time penalty for doing that. 10-second time penalty for old Jack Doohan. What happened to Yuki? Broken front wing. It just snapped on its own, but probably after some contact. Yeah, reports coming in that Norris has a brake issue, and you can see that he is lapping faster than anyone else. So, well, it makes sense. Less brakes. Last lap, Lando. Yes, indeed. Tootie Dog says any rookies that finish have more experience than the others, so they only improve. You think? Phil saying Behrman driver of the day. By the way, I think Mods should win Mods of the Day on YouTube. 6 laps remaining. What's in it for anyone here? So Verstappen is 1.4 off Leclerc and lapping. Oh, it's going to happen. I think Verstappen's going to get Leclerc here. Yeah, so I think Verstappen's going to get it. Yeah, Mods for driver of the day. I'll put it in the poll. Can Norris get Piastri? Must be a great feeling for Piastri here. He's got the fastest car. He's in first place. He's massively in the groove. It's the apex end of the weekend. Hamilton did have a lap time deleted, so maybe Hamilton is really using all of the track here and more. Is Doohan the famous Mick Doohan's son? Yes, actually is. Ricardo Spada says Ferrari is what, 4th best car? Flight Sim, Alonso best candidate for Red Bull seat. That's what we said last season. Leclerc, you told me about it 10 or 15 times. Leclerc knows the game's up here. Verstappen surely is going to get past Charles Leclerc. And that will push the Ferraris down to P5 and P6. And it'll be another great result for Verstappen, considering how slow the car is, basically. Chat, yeah, we're super close on the live front ourselves as well. If you're watching, 3,500 people watching, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the future content. We might premiere straight into an interview after the stream with ex-F1 driver Pascal Wehrlein, who some people say could be returning back to F1 with Audi. So I've got an exclusive world premiere interview with him. I think we'll premiere after the stream, which will be super exciting. So Verstappen all over the back of Charles Leclerc. Can Charles Leclerc defend here? And by the way, will this defence allow Hamilton to catch up? What do we think? Do I stream on any other platforms? I stream on TikTok from time to time. And I have a Twitch as well, but I don't really stream on it. But a lot of people follow me on Twitch, just waiting for that first stream. Double Haas points. Double Haas points, yeah. Surely Esteban Ocon should be in shout for driver of the day. If Ocon keeps this, do we think Ocon could be in line for driver of the day? By the way, if Norris does have a brake issue and has to retire with 5 laps to go, that would be insane for the championship. That would level it. Don't know if it would exactly level it, but that would be insane for the championship. 2.8 seconds. Can last lap Lando do it? We will see. Here comes Verstappen trying to go round the outside at turn 1. He might go round the outside and do it. No, Leclerc chops him up. Oh, Verstappen tries to go around the outside of the next part as well. Yes. Oh my goodness. Made it look easy. So Verstappen up into P4. It will update on your standings there. Verstappen up into P4. Now, how's George Russell been doing? Russell will want to get the podium here. Yeah, Leclerc. One of Leclerc's tyres are really washed. 36.5. He's over a second behind. Slower, sorry, than Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton 10 seconds, so we'll keep an eye on that deck. But surely the Ferraris can work this out amongst themselves. Welcome Ewan Lewis to the community. Welcome Grace Robinson. Says no Verstappen. Yes, it is a no Verstappen. But it is a yes for Verstappen. The exposure's too high. Let's lower the exposure. Oh god. Should we max out the exposure? There we go. It's like a different time of day. I think Lewis is home for a safety car. Let's see. I think Lewis didn't have much to lose. He's only lost 1 position. So maybe it was worth the risk of losing it for the potential gain of if everyone's tyres go off. Still that potential last lap rain, but I wouldn't count too much on it. So 3 laps to go. How come Hamilton just can't catch up? Well, because there's not enough of the car's not fast enough, basically. The strategy really hasn't paid off. I would note here, by the way, Hamilton is lapping 135.4. That is the same as Piastri and Norris. That is how much quicker the McLaren is, because that McLaren is on 40-lap-old hard tyres compared to 16-lap-old hard tyres for Hamilton. So I think the McLaren here... I think McLaren are going to dominate the season. I'm calling it. Chat, what do we think? Do we think this is going to be utter domination for McLaren? Complete domination? Conker says rain. Has the rain dropped? I don't think the rain has dropped. That would be insane, though. Size X, McLaren have it this year. Anti-domination, yes. See you, Odd Puppet. Jill, let's go McLaren. Yeah, if you're a papaya, if you're in the papaya platoon, then it's your season, because I don't see anyone other than Piastri or Norris winning the season. And we didn't know at the beginning because Russell overtook Norris. We're like, oh, hang on a second, maybe the Mercedes have got the pace. Ferrari took the sprint race. But then you come here to the GP, and I have to say, it's domination. Like, the Red Bulls and the Ferraris are 20 seconds behind McLaren. This is as dominant as Red Bull were when they had their dominant car, basically. Last season, at the beginning. It's very overcast now. It's very sort of mixed weather, but there's only 2 laps to go. Yeah, we're getting super close to 110,000. I'm not sure we're going to make it unless there's a flurry, a rainstorm of subscriptions near the end of the race. But we got close. Didn't quite hit the objective. Hamilton still setting fastest lap times, and now only 4.2 seconds behind. And, oh my god, Leclerc's tyres have really fallen off. Hamilton was 2.5 seconds quicker than Leclerc last lap. So I wonder if Hamilton's going to force an issue here. Meanwhile, Lando Norris has really dropped off here. Lando Norris has got a problem. 38.9. 38.9. Hang on, hold on your horses here. Unless it's final lap, unless he's just managing it. Unless he's just managing it. Keep an eye on the first sector time. Russell smells blood. What's the first sector time going to be for Norris? If it's like a 28 seconds, this could be bad for Norris. 26 dead. Not that bad. Not that bad. Not that bad. You've got to remember, Russell is still, it looks like 4 seconds behind. But it's all changing very quickly. 3.5 seconds. I think Norris just managing it. Just managing it. He's built that margin. Doing a smart thing. Got Hamilton on Leclerc as well. Another 2 seconds out. But we are on the last lap, by the way. We're on the last lap. Yeah, great drive from Oscar. I think I've got to give Oscar the driver of the day. He was my pick to win the race. Oh my goodness, what is going on with Lando? What is going on with Lando? But there's only a couple of corners to go. Unless he has a literal brake failure into the hairpin. As Piastri wins, by the way. Piastri wins the Grand Prix. And I think Lando Norris is going to get over just ahead of George Russell. So, in the end, Piastri wins from Russell by about 11 seconds. So 11 seconds is our gap to Russell. And I can't help but think that Ferrari have really messed this up. You know, their 2 drivers crashed. I don't think optimal strategy. And they've let Verstappen come in because Red Bull only needed to concentrate on Verstappen here. Like Lawson was just playing around in the sandpit, frankly. Lawson's in the crash. And that means the whole team can focus on Max Verstappen. And double points for Haas. Yes, indeed. I think it's great for Haas here. Absolutely fantastic. Haas, Esteban Ocon. I think Ocon has to be Ocon has to be in driver of the day mix. Welcome Mariano WXer. Thanks, dogs. Yeah, great result for Oscar Piastri there. Awesome to see. What a great comeback from Melbourne as well. Such a bad situation in Melbourne where he was I think he was fastest driver. So I think Piastri is faster than Lando. I think he's a faster driver than Lando. I got some heat from it last time. Thanks, Phil. Chat, what do we think? Who's faster, Norris or Piastri? Someone's crying in the grandstand. It's all getting a little bit too much. It's an emotional moment. Will I be changing my shirt to McLaren? I was wearing the McLaren yesterday, to be fair. Thanks, Lewis. Louise. And well managed there by Lando. He had enough margin. He was able to ease off there and see it over the line. Piastri, yeah, 1/16th home race. He's 1/16th Chinese. What was Oscar's reaction like there? Lando Norris. Is Lando... I want to see here. When they come in, I want to see if Lando Norris is going to go over and congratulate Oscar, or if Lando's going to have a chip on his shoulder and feel like he was held up or something like that. They're going to pull over on the grid. Thanks, Famous Now. Thanks, Odd Puppet. Lots of Chinese fans here. So let's see how the scenes are going to go down. Antonelli, no, not Antonelli. Thanks, Marie Hudson. Watch out for it. There'll be some members post going out today. So we do our refresh. Lando has entitlement issues. Oh my goodness. Thanks, D6. So Oscar Piastri pulls up. I love how they put the steering wheel on the side pod. Like, it's so cool. I want to do that when I race. But I'll just pretend I'm doing it. I'm Oscar Piastri. And they just put the steering wheel here. God, I'm going to knock over my water. Actually, I can't do it. See, that's why I'm not a Formula 1 driver. Amongst many reasons. Piastri does the one. He does the one. Lando. There is a shake. There is a shake. That's all you can ask for. George Russell as well in P3. When you look at Russell in P3, Antonelli in P8. But Liam Lawson. What do we do with Liam Lawson? I like the helmet George Russell's got. It's like chainmail. I like the way that they have to take the thing off like that because they can't. You can't reach like that, so you have to go like that. But it's very claustrophobic. To even think like, I can't take off my restrictor like this. I have to go like that. It's quite interesting. Lawson improved 5 positions. Lawson is improving. Yeah, at this rate, WDC, end of year. Is that a shoo-in? WDC? Are we calling it? That's Simcoe. I think Piastri just looks so cool under pressure. I have to say. Super, super, super cool under pressure. Yeah, the mods. Oh my goodness, that's one of the biggest mod workouts we've seen. Zach Brown, super happy. Get a photo with everyone for the McLaren branding. To be fair to Zach Brown, he was ridiculed when he came in as a marketing dude. But he's brought McLaren to the top and results count. So they're not just the sponsorship world champions now. Chat, do we think Ferrari really bottled that? What if they both got damage, as someone said? What if Hamilton got diff damage? We know Leclerc had 20 to 30 points of downforce. Piastri just looks so chilled. Like, he doesn't even look like he's done a whole Grand Prix. I wonder if that will irk other drivers that he's so chilled. Lance Stroll... Well, Stroll doing better than Alonso. By the way, the people on the alternate strat, Behrman and Stroll, didn't work out too bad for them. And I called it wrong with the Behrman strat. I said that strategy wasn't going to work. I think it really did work, and I think he really maximised it. I think he did a great job. I mean, Piastri doesn't even look like he's sweating. I know they get a towel out pretty soon, but... And maybe you shouldn't be sweating. I'm not sweating when I sim race, but... It's very different from back in the day, in the 80s. What do you think's hurting Ferrari? I think Strat definitely hurting Ferrari. But maybe the Ferrari isn't as quick as we thought. Thanks, Ruth Jagannath. See you next time. Lexi, did Behrman have the most overtakes this race? I thought he might do. Definitely had the most kind of meaningful ones, I think. Nick Friedman, I can't wait to see Oscar unleash this season. He's better temperament than Lando. He can be faster than Lando. Yeah, let's see what Oscar can do. Alonso's brake had a brake failure. Welcome Perfect, Kieran, Isabel Albadini, Marcus and Green Eyes as well. I still feel like culturally that team is all set around Lando. Like, that's just my hunch. Lando's been there for so long. He's part of their academy. And Piastri kind of came in last minute from Alpine. I feel like Lando is still like... It's very interesting institutionally how that must be. Daniel Hill Coaching said, great to see the Haas cars finish so high. Yeah, it's an absolutely great result for Haas. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, there is no GP next week, but we are going to be in Monaco, by the way. We're going to be in Monaco, so lots of content coming out of Monaco. And I am going to be premiering. I want to see the podium, but I'm going to be premiering into our Pascal Wehrlein interview. So that is going to be happening. What's the time? Yeah, we're going to premiere into that. In fact, I'm going to set up the premiere now. Just going to set that up as giving the driver interviews. Thanks, Martin. And MJ's actually crying. Let's go, McLaren. Yeah, it's huge for McLaren, this. I think they're going to dominate the season. I really do. I really think they're going to dominate the season. I think it could be more than we've seen Red Bull do, because they're going to have both drivers up there. And it could almost be the start of a dynasty, this. However, we have the big regs change. So we'll see. So I would say if you're a McLaren fan, drink it up. Drink it up. By the way, that's the link for the premiere, as they say in America. But yeah, Lando looks super relaxed. I wonder how Hamilton's going to feel going from winning the sprint race. Maybe they just got lucky. I don't know. Oh, I premiered it for 23 hours in the future because I'm just a bit silly. As Oscar signs the champagne bottle. Yeah, Lando looks quite relaxed as well. Yeah, maybe Hamilton's reaction to the win, where Hamilton looked like genuinely like shocked. Maybe we can take it at face value. Maybe we can take it at face value. Chat, does anyone disagree that McLaren are going to dominate the season? Or does anyone think actually Mercedes can get there, Ferrari can get there? What do we think? You know, because of the massive regulation change, that, by the way, looks like they may think about the direction of F1. I don't think going to these hybrid engines was a good idea. They're caught in a hard place because they want to get all these manufacturers, you know, like McLaren, etc., who, you know, bring out hybrid cars. But really, for the spectacle of Formula One used to be this spectacle where the cars were hard to drive, broke a lot because you were genuinely at the pinnacle. And as the late great Eddie Jordan would say, the ground literally shook underneath you. You went to see a Formula One race, and you did not forget it. It was different than going to a football match. It was different going to an American football. It was different than going to a music concert. There was nothing else. It almost felt like it should be illegal. That was Formula One, and they've transitioned. They've transitioned from that kind of Bernie Ecclestone stewarded era into this Drive to Survive, hybrids, everyone's best mates, cars are super reliable, drivers come out not sweating, and yes, we want close racing, and there are better cameras than before, etc. But they've transitioned out of that era partly to placate the car manufacturers that they so desperately needed, like Mercedes, for example. However, yeah, I don't know, maybe that's just moving with the times. Maybe it's moving with the times. Fred says this is McLaren's season. Fred, let's bring the V12 turbo as well. I think V10s. The thing is, there are car manufacturers bringing out V10 cars, but they're all super high-end niche, and maybe they wouldn't be able to run a Formula One outfit. But if you want Audi to enter Formula One, they're only going to do it with. But then I just wonder, maybe there should be more of a relationship with WEC and Formula E. That if you want to have your kind of like road relevant technology, you can do it there, and Formula One is just the pinnacle of racing. But they've gone arguably too far down the cost aspects now, because these teams are so big, so expensive to run. V10 naturally aspirated, I'd be all over that. Gary Lee says Behrman impressed me a lot. Any other driver of the day shouts? We'll see what happens. Don't know what happens on the podium. The fans were in tears. I think, in regards to the clean image we have today, it definitely takes a huge amount of talent to even drive these beasts. On what basis do you say that? On what basis? When you can have rookies come in at 17 and drive them? Like, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you had rookies at 17 come in the 80s and 90s, but maybe the sport has developed in many ways, like, if you look at the sponsors to a lot of other things. Okay, based on experience in the Assetto Corsa. Yuki Tsunoda, absolutely no chance driver of the day. That will not be a thing, I think. The cooldown room is super nice this year. If they're going to bring that cooldown room everywhere, that's awesome. Piastri just looks so chilled out. Super chilled out. So I'm going to stick with the post-race. George Russell went up, lest we forget, George Russell went to P2 twice in this race, which I think is easily forgotten. I forgot it. He went to P2 at the beginning, and he went to P2 when he undercut Lando. And if you remember, Charles Leclerc was on the radio saying they have insane traction in the Mercedes. So maybe the Mercedes can cook. Maybe it can cook. What do we think? 11 seconds off. Yeah, they have been karting since a young age. That is true. Everyone can drive F1. It's just hard to race. Yeah, ask Liam Lawson. Ask Liam Lawson. I mean, if you're a McLaren fan right now, you're just feeling so good. McLaren in the comedy era, GP2 engines. So Norris is in the lead with 44 points. Oscar in a championship. Verstappen 36 points. Russell 35. Piastri 34. So incredibly, Verstappen is P2 in the championship. You just can't write Verstappen off. You can't write Verstappen off. But I really do worry about Red Bull here. I think if you remove now Verstappen from that Red Bull, where on earth are Red Bull? Verstappen has so much leverage. Like that is a team that needs that driver more than the driver needs the team. Stella looking pretty happy. George Russell doing his wave. You know the wave he does. Coming out to the podium to take P3. How does Lando Norris look? It's a bit more of a understated. You don't want to look too happy you came second. They do psychology tests, and apparently the person in third is always more happy than the person in second. Because the person in third is thinking, oh, thank goodness I'm on the podium. And the person in second is like, damn, I'm not on the top step. Oscar Piastri looks very, very reserved. Yeah, this is huge for McLaren. Absolutely huge. We have to say, yeah, chat. Everyone in chat has the same amount of points as Liam Lawson. By the way, we are going to be premiering very soon into my interview with ex-Formula 1 driver and current Formula E World Champion, Pascal Wehrlein. It's in that link. I'm doing it. I'm premiering it. So please, please, please do go over when it goes live and hit a like button. I would really love for this content to do well. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely insane. $100 said, I was thinking Verstappen was going to retire at the top because now, but I think Verstappen is actually loving it, trying to extract the maximum out of the car. I think Verstappen will be happier thinking I did as well as I can do in that car and I finished P4 rather than I won that race but I made some mistakes. I think that's how he's wired. I'm much more, I'd rather win the race. I'll be like, oh, I got away with that one, winning that race. But I think Verstappen is just built different. Anthony, not going to lie, disappointed to see the hate for Lawson. F1's no easy game. Yeah, hopefully he can come back. And Vlatka says the next race is Japanese GP, 6 AM UK time. So another early one if you're watching where we are. So they are on the podium, everyone. The results are essentially confirmed. We're going to go over to the premiere. Hit the link now, everyone. Hit that link. It's the premiere. I really hope you're going to enjoy it. A lot of time has gone into making this video for you. It's with Pascal Wehrlein, who I literally ask him in this video, are you faster than Max Verstappen? I actually ask him, do you think you're faster than Max Verstappen? And he says, it's something I think about a lot. And we get into a very interesting conversation. So please, please, please hit that link now. I'm going to end the stream here. We're going to go over there. I'll still be in chat. I'll see you in the premiere. I'll see you there.